Did you just send me a picture of a child's penis? What the fuck, no. What's wrong with you? It looks like a child's penis. I'm reporting you. Make a cyber tip line report. God damn, he actually reported it.
How dare you reblog my post but not follow me?
If you find a gold bar in a trash bag, will you take the whole damn trash can or just the gold bar?
The fuck? Blake Griffin reportedly ordered to pay $258k a month in child support.
Blake Griffin also makes about $2.8 million a month. $258,000 is 9% of his income. Using the formula, if he was making $50,000 a year, his CS would be $375 a month. Y'all are safe.
9% of 50k is 4,500.
And what's 4,500 divided by 12, Pythagoras?
I think my son is gay. How do I let him know it's not okay and I will not tolerate it in my house?
It's very simple. Sit him down and say, son, there's something you should know. You see, I'm a horrible bigot and can't bring myself to be decent enough to accept people for who they are. So you're not going to want to live with me, and you'll need to find somewhere else to live, with people who don't propagate hate and discrimination. Good luck. Please leave me your number so I can call you when I wake up someday and regret being such a horrible, small-minded parent and want to beg you for forgiveness I won't deserve. Let us know how it goes. I completely agree with the person responding. As a parent, it's your job to love and respect your children, and their sexuality is, well, none of your concern. And if you can't deal with someone you love being gay, then you clearly do not love them.
Just the run-of-the-mill Asian fucking scum. No wonder no one likes their slit-eyed kind. Absolute pieces of fucking shit.
Hi there, fellow white person. The people in this video are arseholes. Asians as a whole, however, have the lowest crime rate, lowest obesity rate, highest average income, highest average intelligence, and the highest odds of completing a 4-year degree. So despite being able to blind them with a shoelace, as you said in one of those comments, they outperform everyone else at everything that matters. Have fun fucking your sister.
Abandoned CRV on Silver Maple in Lockwood Place. There has been a blue, older, Holden CRV parked on Silver Maple for several days. The police have been called for an abandoned vehicle. If it's yours, please move it. Thanks.
Is a vehicle parked in front of your house illegally? Is it blocking your driveway? Is it blocking traffic? Is it within 30 feet of a corner or a stop sign? Really, how much is it affecting your life? If none of these apply, why don't you just go on with your life and leave others alone? It more than likely has no impact on you and simply annoys you and costs you a few seconds to drive around it. If this was so horrible to you, maybe you should have made an effort to see if they were in need of assistance, or maybe visiting relatives, or maybe the car is broke down and they are not able to do anything because the money is simply not there. I'm well aware of the 72-hour law without a vehicle being moved on a city street. I have a third vehicle that I park in the street that annoyed someone like you. Maybe even you, that I now have to move forward and backwards a foot or so every 3 days to keep it legally parked. You called the police first and then went here to ask them so politely to move it. Hopefully soon this will be resolved so that your life can get back to normal. Hopefully the trauma and pain of this horrific event has caused you can one day be put behind you. Then you may get your life back to normal. Until the hardened criminal appears and places their trash cans at the street a day early. Then you can spring into action and be the hero once again. We should all sleep well and feel safe knowing that you are watching over us. Thank you, and keep being such an inspiration to me.
Press Trump dedicated to putting radical Muslims in graves, whereas Pres Obama was dedicated to putting men in our ladies' rooms. Hashtag Make America Great Again.
Truly, whom amongst us can forget Trump ordering the killing of Bin Laden? Or Obama bragging about barging in on naked beauty contestants?
You want socialized medicine? Tell me again how good Canadian healthcare is. Tell me about the wait times for serious medical procedures. Did you guys learn anything about the complete failure of Obamacare?
My husband needed brain surgery. World-class neurosurgeons removed a wedge of his skull, used lasers to remove scar tissues on his temporal lobe, and then put his skull back together. My biggest expense was parking and snacks for stress eating. I'm sorry, America, you guys cannot defend your shitty healthcare system. If you have to choose between going bankrupt or living, that is stupid. Incredibly unfortunate for those involved.
Look up the definition of good German, as you seem to fall into this category. If you think hunting and eating sentient beings is okay, then I'm not sure why you're a fan of Moby. He's been quite vocal over the years about this.
This is absolutely ridiculous. Calling me a good German, attacking me by calling me names. It's not a discussion, and it's not going to change my mind. As far as my fandom, I love Moby's music, and I agree with what he has to say outside of his music. However, I draw the line at advocating criminal activists and the violation of other people's rights. The right to do what you wish with your own personal property applies to you as much as it does to people that you disagree with. A good German would look the other way at this, just as much as he would look the other way at crimes committed against you. And since we have devolved this conversation to Godwin's law, I want to remind you that Hitler was a vegan. William J. Hogg is right to suggest political ads on social media can be dangerous. This is why we're seeking answers from @Facebook on UK-sponsored post promoted in Russia. Why have you tagged me in this tweet, Russian Embassy? Please explain. Because you're a journalist investigating use of Facebook to undermine democracy. It would be great if you investigated this as well. We'd be happy to, if Russia had a democracy.
Dear Abby, what's the deal with adolescent girls and young women wearing extremely tight and form-fitting yoga/workout pants? Last week, while I was leaving a smoothie shop, I held the door open for a young lady whose pants were so tight I could easily see the outline of her private area. Yesterday, while I was waiting for my drink at a coffee place, a girl in her early teens walked in with similar attire. She was with her dad in this situation. I blame him. Your opinion?
Dear Guy, obscenity is in the eye of the beholder. While it's possible for these young women to have just left their workout or yoga lesson, it's more likely they simply find the pants comfortable to wear. My opinion is you should direct your gaze above the belt line. Prince Charming, if their outfits were indecent, they wouldn't have been allowed inside the business. And the caption is, wish I still owned my arena football league team and helped to grow the game to be a wagering big data generation behemoth instead of schlepping in airports trying to generate social media clips. A lot of people are on Tinder for hookups, so I wouldn't have thought that it was too hard actually.
No, for some reason women need to have some kind of witty comment and a ring around the rosy for a while instead of just getting to the point of why we're all here.
It's so before being alone with a stranger, they'll have an idea if they're nice, cool, safe person or a sketchy person that doesn't understand social situations like you. So, a little bit of background for this post. This post is actually an article about a documentary that is anti-vaccinations. Now, when I say documentary, I say it with quotation marks because it's, well, not factual at all. So, yeah. Queensland Health spokeswoman refused to comment on the movie, except to say, if anyone wants to watch a fantasy film, we recommend Moana. It is currently on Netflix.
I saw footage of Tim Curry at a con once and I couldn't finish the video. The dude is just destroyed by the stroke he had, and it's so sad.
You do know that if I had been destroyed by it, that would literally mean I was dead. What you saw was someone with physical limitations and a mind as sharp as a tack who has given his assembled fans his time. If that means I'm destroyed, I pity your definition of complete.
Freedom is dangerous, which is why so many fear it. But someone said that timid men prefer the calm of despotism to the boisterous sea of liberty.
I'm glad Austin's back in the States working as a model say that timid men like myself can enjoy freedom. In Afghanistan, 2006.
No instructions to any of the game. The first part showed you for numbers and then switches it to a number keypad, so I logically assumed I should type in the same 4 digits in. I did, and the timer ran out. It said game over. Just another stupid app by NetArm.
We are usually very grateful for constructive feedback of our games. However, since there is a big blue button with text guide at the start of every single game that you happen to miss, I logically assume that maybe Brain Games is not really something you should be playing in the first place. Damn, we need to call this guy an ambulance. You know, we need a burn victim unit out here.
You're a grown-ass woman whose entire career is based on stories about a nerd who turns people into frogs. Stay out of politics.
In free countries, anyone can talk about politics. Try sounding out the syllables aloud, or ask a fluent reader to help.